Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans are taking over the league. Yet, nobody is talking about it. How many guys do you think are needed to stop this man? Think about it. 2? Not even close. Are 3 guys enough? Nope. 4 guys would be absurd, right? Oh, okay. Enough said. The man is simply unstoppable. The surging start to the season by the New Orleans Pelicans is remarkably good on its own. But what's crazier is that their regular starting lineup has appeared together in only 10 of their first 23 games. Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum have each missed a lot of time. Still, as of the time of this video, they are currently positioned as the number 2 seed in a stacked Western Conference. What is the secret behind their success? Are the Pelicans for real? Let's all find out and break down how the New Orleans Pelicans are dominating the NBA. First, let's talk about their stars. Of course, they got Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum. They've yet to play a lot of games together this season. But if you're a true NBA fan, you know they are something else when they play together. But this season, it's not the stars that shine the most. It's the bench. As Zion would say, we have a lot of depth, and I don't just say it because they are my teammates. I say it because I mean it. This is a special team. Many NBA fans don't know that the depth of the Pelicans roster is crazy. So, for those who don't know, let me enlighten you. First, they got second-year forward Trey Murphy III, who's been shooting the lights out from 3 this season. He's having a tremendous breakout season, averaging career highs in every aspect of his game. And if you haven't been watching, watch these Trey clips as he hit 2 effortless deep threes. And here in this play, watch how he moves off ball like a 6'9" Steph Curry to get this 3. Not only can he score, but he's also very athletic. Look at this beautiful find by Alvarado, then a mean slam by Murphy. And here, an intense putback jam after Zion's missed dunk. Aside from Murphy III, there's 6'1" guard Devontae Graham, who can absolutely defend any position on the court. Look at how he stops Sexton on this break, constantly pressuring him and eventually making him almost turn the ball over. Valanciunas just couldn't get a hold of it. But man, look at what Graham did. He soars high and swatted that shot from a 7-foot-tall Walker Kessler like a beast. Additionally, the Pelicans have Dyson Daniels. He's probably the best rookie perimeter defender in the league right now. He has immediately impacted this Pelicans team on the defensive end by utilizing his size and strength. With that, he can switch to multiple positions and defend opponents at a high level. In this play, Daniels shows his quick feet and assertiveness by blocking the shot of a 7-foot-tall Nikola Vucevic. Now, some of you might say Nikola Vucevic isn't athletic, so his defense isn't valid. Watch this clip as he soars and blocks Zach LaVine. If that's not enough to convince you, then watch this clip and look at how he stole the ball and made the best scorer in the NBA right now fall to his knees. Aside from his impressive defense, he's also showing early signs of being a triple-double threat, as he managed to put up 14 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds against the Toronto Raptors in a previous matchup. The next key player they have is the big man, Jonas Valanciunas. This guy is probably the most underrated center in today's league. In this clip, you can see his importance in posing a 3-point threat as he spaces the floor and opens up opportunities. In another clip, nothing special. It's just Jonas letting Zion do his thing, which is bullying players inside the paint. Aside from that, he can score, pass, rebound, defend, and stretch the floor to enable his team to have better spacing. So who could tell me he's not almost everything you could want for a modern-day 5? Now, let's talk about Jose Alvarado. He's known for his entertaining technique of hiding from opponents on the sidelines, then sneaking up behind them to get steals. But nobody knew he could shoot threes. No longer will we ask if, because in his last game against the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, he's proven why he is the true X factor in this team. With 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, the Nuggets had built a commanding 30-16 lead. The Pelicans had no early answers for either Jokic or Jamal Murray. Then Alvarado entered and proceeded to erase Denver's chances of winning single-handedly. He knocked down 8 of 11 attempts from three-point range and scored 38 points off the New Orleans bench. That's the most points off the bench by any undrafted player since starters were first tracked in 1970-71. Those in attendance didn't know that they had just watched records fall, but they still gave Alvarado a standing ovation with under 30 seconds left in regulation. Zion had high praise towards Jose Alvarado afterward, saying, "In this world, just as humans, we love an underdog story," Williamson said. "That's just the nature of the game. People love underdog stories. You always want to see the team or the person people consider the best. You build like a rise and fall narrative. So to someone like Jose, not the tallest guy out there, doesn't have a lot of the physical attributes that the prototypical NBA player would have, but he's out there. And he's not just out there, he's making an impact. He's the X factor for us." Aside from the key players mentioned before, this Pelicans team is stacked with players who can shoot threes and defend well at the same time. These players include Larry Nance Jr., Najee Marshall, Willie Hernan-Gomez, and Herbert Jones. Speaking of three-point shooting, let's now talk about their offensive game. As of early December, the Pelicans are producing 117.3 points per game, which is the fourth highest in the league, leading the defending champs one spot and trailing the Utah Jazz by 0.4 points for the third spot. Along with that, they are sixth in the league in offensive rating. So how are they doing it despite their stars' lack of play? Well, you must give massive credit to their coach, Willie Green. Their ball movement has been good, and being top 10 in most assisted field goals made in the league proves it. In fact, the Pelicans are number 2 in terms of most assisted three-point field goals made. We've mentioned before that they possess a number of three-point shooters, and they're definitely utilizing that advantage. A significant factor in that is Zion, because he's always able to open up possibilities whenever he attracts 2 to 3 defenders. For example, in these clips, watch how Zion's presence alone penetrates the opposing team's defense, as he made 4 consecutive assists that led to three-pointers. Finally, let's talk about their overall defense. Now, we've mentioned earlier that this team is built with elite defenders like Jose Alvarado, Herbert Jones, Dyson Daniels, and many more. So, the question is, what can they do defensively together? The answer? Second in the league in steals per game, 10th in the league in fewest points allowed, and third in defensive ranking. Aside from the fantastic defensive abilities of the role players, another significant contributor to this success is, again, Zion Williamson. The spin moves, dribble drives, and resulting dunks get replayed non-stop on highlight reels and social media. However, Zion Williamson's recent blocks, steals, and overall menacing presence on defense has been just as crucial during New Orleans' surprising first quarter of the season. Here in this clip, by initially looking at this, and while Zion is far behind, you would assume that Siakam will get an easy layup. But, despite the distance from Siakam, Zion could still catch up and chase down the shot. In addition, Zion's ability to defend in one-on-one situations has developed. Just look at how well he defended SGA here. And here in another clip, look at his feet moving very well. These are just a few instances of why we should appreciate Zion's game even more. Appreciate him for not just being a human highlight reel, but also for what he has developed to become the young leader of this Pelicans team. Now, are they for real? Answer is 100% they're for real. This team is stacked. They are playing excellent defense and have 2 legitimate stars and incredible depth. At the moment, they're one of the top seeds in the West. This season is far from over, but if the Pelicans can stay healthy in the playoffs, they may emerge as the Western Conference's biggest threat.